The iPhone 17 series is no longer a secret. Thanks to months of leaks and rumors, we now know practically everything there is to know about the new flagship lineup. We know a lot about the iPhone 17, from its look and specs to its cameras and CPU. But if you're worried about the pricing, several rumors and leaks have cleared that up as well. Apple will announce the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max at an event on September 9. Today, a very short video from China showed out that is said to show an actual iPhone 17 Pro Max being handled by someone who works on the iPhone production line. If this is accurate, it's a significant deal. Here's the video for you to watch. Don't blink, or you'll miss it. The rumored makeover of the back is confirmed once more, and it has a massive camera island that goes all the way from the left side to the right. The rest of the back is designed with another region that is delineated to make the camera island less of an eyesore. Of course, this may just be yet another dummy unit. We've definitely seen plenty of those when it comes to the iPhone 17 family. No matter what it is, the leaked revamp will definitely happen next week. As we near September 9 and the next Apple event, we're all primed for new iPhones. These will comprise the iPhone 17 family if Apple sticks to its regular naming policy. And for the most part, I'm a tad ambivalent about it. I enjoy using the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but I'm not persuaded Apple will deliver major advancements over it with the next-gen phones. But then I revised our piece on the speculated vapor chamber cooling system for the iPhone 17 Pro versions and felt a tingle of excitement. Am I unwell? It's 2025, and I'm feeling enthused about a strategy to cooling some of the greatest Android phones have had for some time. Maybe I am, but not for that reason. Allow me to explain. Vapor chamber cooling works by using a liquid-filled metal chamber that lets said liquid turn to a gas as it absorbs heat. This vapor then spreads across the metal surface to dissipate heat away from sensitive components, like the chipset. It's a means to better cool CPU and GPU components without taking up too much space. You'll find similar cooling in the likes of the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. So it's nothing new, but it's thrilling to me for two reasons. The first is Apple seems to be pushing a little harder on gaming than it has previously. Not only do we have Apple Arcade, but there are also console-quality games available on iPhone with current CPUs. I took Sniper Elite 4 for a spin not too long ago, enjoyed the ambition of getting Death Stranding working on a phone that's a heck of a lot smaller than a Nintendo Switch, and am set to give Hitman World of Assassination a whirl on my iPhone 16 Pro Max. While there are a number of Android gaming phones, Google's mobile operating system has yet to accept such copies of console-grade titles. But this comes with a catch. iPhones may get rather warm when running such apps, which can make them burn through battery life and be uncomfortable to hold. A vapor chamber cooling solution, particularly given Apple's track record of cleanly incorporating new tech, might alleviate this issue and make the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max feel like actual gaming phones, albeit without the gaudy style. The second aspect is highly significant to me. I can't receive proper fiber internet at my place, despite being on a main road in London. So when it comes to making a heavy download, say a £5 or Xbox Series X game, I tend to link these consoles to my iPhone as its 5G connection is significantly faster than my home internet. There's a caveat here. Extended 5G connectivity tends to consume my phone's battery, as well as make it a touch hot. When I then put my iPhone in charge to cope with the gulping of electrical juice 5G demands, the phone can grow so heated it kills the charging. This is a safety measure to stop the lithium-ion battery from overheating. Of course, this is a pain, especially if my iPhone runs out of battery before a download is complete. It also makes using the phone while it's streaming data about extremely awkward. Now, I don't anticipate a vapor chamber cooling system to totally prevent this, but I suppose it could surely make things a lot cooler and hence more efficient. So that's why I'm now suddenly a lot more interested in the still rumored iPhone 17 Pro variants. Apple's iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max models will have a variety of substantial display, thermal, and battery enhancements, according to new late-stage speculations. According to the Weibo leaker called as Instant Digital, the iPhone 17 Pro versions will include displays with increased brightness, making it more appropriate for use in direct sunlight for lengthy periods. The iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max have a regular maximum brightness of 1000 nits, but may raise to a peak of 2000 nits for a brief period while outdoors. Moreover, the frame rate of demanding games will be more steady thanks to the device's revised thermal architecture. Frame drops and slowness will occur significantly less frequently. Similarly, performance when recording 4K video at 60 frames per second in warm outdoor circumstances, such as under direct sunshine in the summer, will be improved. The two smartphones are supposedly slated to become the longest battery life iPhones to date, thanks to both higher capacity and enhanced efficiency across the gadget. Next, these are 8 iPhone 17 Pro Max feature rumors that will have me questioning my earlier phone choices. The whole iPhone 17 lineup is anticipated to be announced at Apple's awe-dropping event next week on Tuesday, September 9. And I'm hoping Apple highlights this with a clutch of new complex iPhone games, and it seems to be getting transferred to a lot more machines, so why not to Cupertino's upcoming phones? Do I keep with my history of opting for the usual size iPhone Pro, or is this the year to go up to the Pro Max? Apple's phone lineup is normally split between the more affordable iPhone and the extras added iPhone Pro models, but this year we could see another split, and I'm not talking about a hypothetical iPhone 17 Air. Whereas the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max are virtually the same phones but with different size displays and bodies, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, likely to be introduced at Apple's awe-dropping event next week on September 9, could separate itself apart from the regular size iPhone 17 Pro. I've always stuck with the normal iPhone Pro, but now I'm not so sure. Here's a breakdown of some of the features rumored for the iPhone 17 Pro Max that I'm most curious about. 1. A movable camera lens. I'm pulling out this camera rumor separately because it would signify a big change in the iPhone camera system. According to a report at Mac Rumors, the iPhone 17 Pro could have an 8x optical zoom. Not only that, it's claimed to be able to move, so potentially there might be a range of zoom between 5x and 8x that is all optical, as relying on digital zoom to crop and increase the image to match the same field of view. The 5x zoom on the latest iPhone 15 Pro Max, iPhone 16, and iPhone 16 Pro Max uses a tetraprism design to accomplish its telephoto range while yet keeping the camera bump low. 2. Video recording makes a jump. Cameras on both sides will apparently function together with dual video recording using the built-in camera app, a godsend for conducting interviews or filming reaction films if you want to see both sides of a debate. Third-party apps have been able to tap into this feature for some time, but haven't been available as a default choice. Not as vital for everyday use, but noteworthy in terms of advancing the state of the art, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could feature 8K video recording, as hypothesized that 8K was tested for the iPhone 16 Pro. The iPhone is fast becoming into a production video camera, from features such as 28 years later to specialist cameras made using iPhone hardware in the F1 movie. 3. Wi-Fi 7 and fast cellular via a new Apple modem. This is more geeky and less obvious to ordinary phone owners, but that's also kind of the goal. The iPhone 16e shipped with Apple's C1 cellular modem, Apple's first homebrew cellular hardware, it has been striving to manufacture in order to wean its dependence on Qualcomm, which has provided the modem hardware in prior iPhone models. However, the C1 lacks a faster millimeter wave cellular network and doesn't support Wi-Fi 7, even though it's more conservative about power usage and still performs well, an acceptable trade-off for the budget phone in Apple's portfolio. But for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we're talking about the next professional versions, and an iPhone Pro in 2025 can't launch without the latest, fastest wireless technology. It would be more plausible to see Apple stick with Qualcomm for the Pro line than add the C1, but I suspect a C2 is coming. 4. An enhanced cooling system. Recording video in 4K resolution, much less 8K, is a hard, power-hungry task that leads to heat buildup. In already warm situations, it can potentially overheat the iPhone and briefly shut it off. So the notion of a new internal cooling design, while being undetectable to iPhone owners, has me nerding out just a little. According to Majin Buu and others, the iPhone 17 Pro variants will incorporate a vapor chamber cooling technology. As the processor warms up, a little amount of liquid in the chamber evaporates and condenses in cooler places and is then transported back to the hot areas. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates.